Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing a deep dive into twin flames and karmic situations. What do I mean by karmic situations? This word karmic or karmic partners, karmic cycles gets thrown around a lot in the twin flame community, but it's actually a bit of a confusing subject. Because very often when we talk about a karmic, we use that as shorthand to describe a third-party romantic situation, meaning a non-twin flame romantic situation that either crops up, that seems to come up or be attracted during the course of our twin flame connection here on Earth, or a person that our twin flame was already romantically connecting with when we first met them. However, the thing about karmic situations is they don't necessarily need to be people. And if you follow my readings, by the way, I do twin flame readings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So be sure to subscribe if you'd like to get notified when I post new readings and updates for twin flames. But in my recent readings, we've been talking a lot about karmic situations because collectively, many karmic cycles are being broken on a collective level, and then of course we integrate that on an individual level within our own unique twin flame connection. So when I speak about a karmic situation, what I'm really referring to is any negative cycle of behaving, thinking, or acting within us or our twin that is being brought to light through a specific manifested situation for the purpose of that cycle within us being healed. Because karmic relationships, specifically, if this karmic situation we're talking about is a relationship with a person, what we mean is that this person and this relationship are actually the physical, literal representation of something happening energetically within us. So outside the realm of the twin flame connection, when we talk about meeting a karmic partner or being in a karmic relationship, we are talking about a kind of attraction that we have to this person based on some kind of negative behavior pattern or cycle within us that is causing us to attract and be attracted to this specific partner. And the key here about identifying karmic relationships specifically is that you can know someone is a karmic partner or relationship if you heal within yourself that specific pattern or dynamic that attracted you to this person, and suddenly, completely either see this person dissolve out of your life, fade out of your reality, or you suddenly feel no attraction to this person. Then you can know for sure this was a karmic, because our attraction to karmic partners is energetically based. Well, really, all of our attraction to others is energetically based, including the twin flame connection, and I'll get into that later on. But the difference here is karmic partners are energetically attracted to one another based on negative cycles or patterns. I like to compare it to two broken puzzle pieces, like the jagged, uneven edges of puzzle pieces that fit together, and you and that karmic are like two pieces of this puzzle. Your broken edges just fit together so perfectly that it feels like love, it feels like connection, it feels like attraction. But as soon as you heal your broken edges, you no longer fit together with this person, and you no longer feel drawn or attracted to this relationship, because what you were really attracted to is the ways in which this karmic partner or this karmic allowed you to continue confirming your own limiting beliefs or assisted you in playing out your own negative patterns. It's like having the perfect person to act or like role play in some kind of a play with you. And the play is all of your limiting ideas or beliefs about yourself or love or relationships or life being played out in this relationship with this other another person who fits into that limited belief system. So I know we're talking on a bit of a higher level here, so let's bring it down to a concrete example. So with a karmic, for example, you may have within yourself the belief that you are never going to find a partner that supports your dreams and your goals and truly wants you to pursue those dreams because you don't value your dreams yourself. And maybe this comes from an inner child wound of having parents who didn't value your dreams, who told you that your dreams were silly or were never going to happen, or who only praised you for doing the things that they wanted you to do and not for your own creative pursuits, whatever those could have been as a child. So you learned that in order to get love from someone, you had to betray yourself in those dreams you held so closely within your heart. You learned that in order to function, to be loved within a relationship, to be emotionally safe within a relationship, you had to betray your dreams, your goals, your desires, because your partner would never support them, just as your parents in this specific example may have never supported them. So then later on in life, as an adult, carrying around this unhealed inner child wound and this belief that your dreams are not going to be supported by the people you care about, you may find yourself attracting and attracted to a karmic partner who you feel explosive physical chemistry with, you feel so insanely attracted to and excited about, and you think that it's love. But with this person, you find that they are very dismissive of your beliefs, your goals, and dreams. They tell you everything your parents told you about your goals and dreams. And again, this is just an example. This will not be the case for everyone. But let's say this person puts you down whenever you say, I really want to be a writer, or I want to be a speaker, or I want to start this business. And this person immediately shoots down these ideas, tells you that they're impractical, tells you that they'll never happen, that you aren't good enough to do these things. You may find that you are still intensely, romantically, emotionally, physically attracted to this karmic partner, to this person, because you have not yet healed that belief within yourself, that negative belief about yourself that came from early childhood experiences in this case, that says, my partner and the people I love in general are never going to be supportive of my goals and dreams. That's just the way it is. And in fact, I am going to betray those goals and dreams for them. So this may continue playing out over the course of months or years with this karmic partner not supporting your dreams, with you repressing these dreams, repressing these ideas, until one day, months or years down the line, you finally become so disconnected from your soul's path, from what you've always known in your soul you came here to do, that you realize that disconnect, and it causes you so much emotional pain and hurt and sadness that you wake up to that purpose and you realize, wait a second, I've been betraying myself. I've been betraying my dreams. I am going to support myself. I'm going to support this dream. I'm going to do this. You shift that belief 180 within yourself, and then suddenly you may find, or you will find in this case, that as you step into your power, as you express your truest authentic self, as you begin to take action toward that dream to support it, you will find that you begin to repel this karmic person. Either they lose interest in you, you lose interest in them, the relationship suddenly just seems to fall apart. What's really happening here is the basis of your energetic attraction within this karmic relationship was founded on you not believing in yourself. And essentially, on a higher self, soul level, this person, this karmic person, was a blessing, because they were attracted into your life to give you a literal, external, physical representation of all of the unhealed patterns and beliefs within yourself, about yourself, that needed to be healed. Your karmic, on a soul level, has a contract with you, an unconscious soul contract you created with each other prior to incarnating here. And this contract says, We won't remember this consciously, but unconsciously we will be attracted to one another, drawn to one another in order to shed light on each other's unhealed emotional wounds and patterns for the purpose of healing these things. And once these things are healed, we will separate, we will part, we will dissolve from one another's physical life because our job here is done. Our contract here together is fulfilled. The cycle has been broken. So with twin flames specifically, because this all does play into the twin flame connection, this is a dynamic we must understand separately. The dynamic between us and all of our karmic relationships must be understood in order to now place it in the context of the twin flame connection. So, as I said earlier, all of our attraction is energetically based to others. And I know some people in the past have left me comments and said attraction isn't just energetic, it's physical. And I do agree that energetic attraction manifests as physical attraction. But I want you to think back on times in your life where you were attracted to someone who was not at all your quote unquote physical type. This person, there was nothing really about them that physically attracted you, but to you, they appeared and felt physically attractive, and you couldn't really put your finger on why. They just had that thing. They just had that energy about them. And energy is the key word here, because even physical attraction, even emotional, conscious attraction actually has unconscious energetic roots. And very often, these can be based off of soul connections that we have with other people, energetically speaking. So with twin flames are the most intense, powerful, magnetic, energetic attraction we can experience to any other person on this planet. This is because, like I said in my most recent podcast episode on twin flames and deal breakers, twin flames share a core soul frequency. Their soul frequency is identical. It is the same. And because our universe operates under many different universal laws, but predominantly under the law of attraction, like attracts like. So sharing the same core soul frequency to our twin means that we attract one another incredibly intensely. Now, what's the difference between the attraction energetically between twin flames and between our karmic partners? In the case of a karmic partner, like I said earlier, the attraction could be compared to puzzle pieces. We are attracted based on our brokenness for the purpose of shedding light on those broken patterns or negative limiting belief systems, and therefore now having the consciousness, the power that comes from consciousness of these patterns that allows us to transform them, to shift them consciously. Now with twin flames, it is essentially the opposite. Our twin flame, rather than being attracted to our broken patterns, is attracted to us in our most high vibrational, most healed, most fulfilled state. Essentially, they are attracted to us because they hear the call of our soul. They feel energetically that we are radiating the same core soul frequency beneath all of those layers, beneath all of that negative programming, all of those limiting beliefs at the core. Twin flames are attracted to one another, not in their brokenness, but in their authenticity, in their truth, when they are embodying their truest, highest, most fulfilled expression of themselves. Now, does this mean twin flames need to be at this 100% healed, perfect, whole state in order to feel that attraction to one another? No, of course not. And this is something that I've seen from time to time in the twin flame community that I don't fully agree with, which is some people do say that you have to be wholly healed within yourself, completely healed within yourself before you can attract a twin flame relationship. Well, I think inherently that can't possibly be true, because everything in our universe, especially in our physical life here in this universe, is based on never-ending learning, soul growth, and expansion, evolution. And as twin flames are sent into our life, or we choose to meet one another, not for the purpose of remaining stagnant, because in this life, to remain stagnant would be to be non-existent. We couldn't continue to live if we were not continuing to grow, to evolve, to shift, to transform. It's a never-ending process of evolution. There is no goalpost. So for twin flames, we don't come here to just immediately, instantaneously share in this happily ever after where we are both perfectly healed and have nothing more to do. It's actually the opposite. We come here to accelerate one another's soul growth, healing, and evolution so that we can continuously fulfill and evolve a purpose together, share a mission together, and beneath any kind of manifested physical mission, whatever that might be for you, whether it's starting a business, starting a family, whatever it is for you and your twin, beneath all of those manifested things, the true mission is unconditional love, is relearning, coming home to the truth of unconditional love, showing that love to ourself through total radical self-love, self-acceptance, showing it to our twin and radiating it outward to the planet, which then allows us planetary consciousness worldwide to download, to integrate this truth of unconditional love into our collective consciousness. It's a beautiful mission that we have here as twin flames. So what happens is, circling back here to twin flame attraction, although twin flames naturally as two aspects here, because we have our 3D physical human aspect, as well as our soul self, our soul's knowing, our intuition, our spiritual side, we are simultaneously both of these aspects expressing themselves through this physical life experience. So as twin flames, naturally, because we do have this human aspect here, we do pile on layers of negative societal programming from sometimes broken family situations, sometimes negative experiences, sometimes through circumstances of our life, through challenging situations we find ourselves in through life. And none of these things are our fault, nor are they coincidental. They are divinely intended circumstances that we choose on a soul level prior to this life to take on during this lifetime in order to transmute this darkness into light, and therefore learn the practice of light working, becoming light workers by first transmuting our own darkness into light, integrating our own shadow self into our conscious self, and in doing so, learning this art that we can then use on the planet to transmute the darkness of the planet into light. So all of this is just to say that yes, we do take on these so-called unhealed aspects, these negative patterns, these dynamics for the purpose of healing them. And actually, very often, twin flames choose some of the most difficult, heartbreaking, challenging, painful experiences to experience here on Earth, which is part of why so many twin flames are faced with very dark situations that cause their connection to be what we would call complicated or complex or confusing at times. It's because we choose some of the hardest life paths as twin flame souls who are usually very ancient. Most twin flames have lived many, many, many lifetimes on this planet, sometimes even on other planets. They are highly evolved souls and spiritual beings who came into a very selectively challenging incarnation because they knew that they were capable of handling this kind of incarnation. However, in spite of all of these layers, twin flames do still recognize one another beneath those layers, because the intensity of the attraction between them is just that powerful that regardless of the circumstances that pile on top of this core soul frequency, these negative programmings, limiting beliefs, in spite of all of these challenging circumstances, the things that seem to be keeping them apart, they continue to come back together over and over and over again, lifetime after lifetime, against all odds, because your connection to your twin is simply that powerful and that intense. You cannot help but to feel the pull, even in times or in circumstances where consciously your physical human self, for whatever reason, it's decided may be resisting that attraction or that pull, or layering it with its own negative belief systems or limiting ideas. But remember, it's so important to remember that in spite of all of that, you and your twin flame both can still consciously feel this very intense attraction at all levels, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, as a result of the intense energetic pull between you that will always bring you back together. I feel like that's something really important for us to remember, especially approaching the topic of twin flames and karmic situations, because let's face it, when we talk about a karmic situation, our egos are like standing alert to react. They are very easily triggered, regardless of how spiritual we consider ourselves to be, regardless of how long we've been conscious that this is a twin flame connection. When a karmic situation comes up, it is naturally going to trigger our ego, our human self, because it comes up against everything society has been teaching us, everything that we have learned about love and relationships through a broken society, which is in many ways a matrix of conditional love. All of that negative programming will be brought to the surface through these karmic situations as they come to light, and it will at times trigger us. And the reason it will trigger us is because we divinely chose to experience situations that would trigger us not to hurt us, but trigger us for the purpose of shedding light on a wound within ourselves and within our twin, for the purpose of allowing us to see it, acknowledge it, and only then be able to integrate it, to transform it, to transmute it. Now, why are twin flames always attracting karmic situations, or why do twin flames tend to attract karmics into their life? This is a very confusing topic, because many of us who are twin flames can find ourselves feeling doubtful or lost in a situation where, especially if we've been connecting with our twin for a long time, we may have known them for months or years, we may have even had a romantic relationship with them here on this earth. And we then may find ourselves in a situation where our twin or we have attracted a karmic partner or a karmic cycle, again, not necessarily a person, could be an addiction, a negative pattern, whatever, into our lives. And we think to ourselves, why is this happening? If the love we share is so divine and so divinely protected, so intense, if we are so intensely magnetically attracted to one another, how would it be possible for us to attract these kinds of situations that seem to do nothing but keep us apart? And that is, of course, the human but very real side of us speaking in response to these situations. And what you need to know is the reason twin flames do find themselves attracting karmics even after meeting, or karmic cycles, karmic situations, is because we as twin flames choose to experience, as I said earlier, accelerated soul growth, accelerated soul evolution. And because of this, we are taking a crash course through life, meaning that in other forms of less intense relationships, connections, we could have that simple, easy kind of love, that kind of love that never triggers us, that never causes us to need to introspect, but that also never challenges us, that never truly expands us. And many souls come to this planet choosing to experience that kind of love. But if you found this video, there's a good chance you are not one of them. There's a good chance that you chose on a soul level something different. You chose something more expansive. You chose something more soul evolving because you knew that you would be able to handle this path, and it's what you wanted. In fact, just imagine after meeting your twin flame trying to return back to what sometimes maybe you idealize as a twin flame in the more difficult parts of your journey. Imagine trying to go back to a relationship that never challenged you, that never pushed you, that never caused you to introspect, that never felt expansive or exhilarating in this way. Would you be fulfilled? Would you feel truly fulfilled? And I think for many of you listening, the answer is no. Maybe you could have found fulfillment in that kind of relationship prior to meeting your twin flame in the physical, but even then, you are a twin flame. If you're connecting with this video and you've connected with this so far, there's a good chance that you are a twin flame, that you're already consciously aware of that. And even that conscious awareness alone, wouldn't that always just leave you wondering, where is my person? Because as twin flames, even before we meet our twin in the physical, we have this seed of knowing that there is this person out there somewhere. We may not know their name, we may not know their face, but we know there is this person that shares our soul's frequency, that sings our soul's song. And we long for this person without even knowing, sometimes before meeting them, exactly what we're longing for. But many of you have experienced a kind of emptiness that comes with trying to connect with other people, relationships that maybe your ego mind tells you are easier, are simpler, or fit more into society's standards of how love and relationships are supposed to work. And yet you found yourself continuously feeling empty, continuously feeling a longing that wouldn't dissipate. And this longing was your soul's intentions speaking to you about a plan you had created but forgotten about when you were born into this body, a plan to connect in the physical, to reconnect really in the physical with this other soul who shares your soul's frequency and who will share your soul's mission as well. You chose this expansive path, and part of the reason I'm sharing about this expansive path, this soul evolving path that you chose, is because fast-tracked soul evolution necessitates fast-tracked healing, and the only way to heal at an accelerated rate is to become aware of our own wounds, negative patterns, negative belief systems at an accelerated rate, which is sometimes why you can feel as though you and your twin are being pummeled with thing after thing, karmic situation after karmic situation. Again, whether it is a negative pattern in one or both of you, whether it is another person that is a karmic partner attracted into one of your lives, the reason these things are coming up boom, boom, boom so fast sometimes is not because you are doing something wrong. It is because you are doing everything right. It is because you are connecting so intensely now with your twin flame on this planet in this lifetime, and you have grown so strong that your soul knows now is the time. I am ready. You are ready to handle the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. You are ready to become aware of everything within you and everything within your twin and between the two of you within your connection that needs to be healed, because you are being fast-tracked into reunion, and not just a fleeting reunion, but the kind of reunion that is stabilized, that is secure, that is sure, that can only come when both of you have stabilized and healed enough within yourselves to be able to sustain the manifested reunion of such an intense, powerful, energetic connection. So that is why twin flames tend to be highly magnetic for karmic situations or even karmic partners, because whether it's a person, a negative cycle, an addiction, a partner, a pattern, whatever it is, it's all a manifestation. It's like the leaves on the tree. We are pulling up the roots, and all of those karmic manifestations of the leaves. At the root are these patterns that are happening energetically, that are being uprooted, that are being healed. So if you would like energetic assistance along this twin flame journey, I would highly recommend establishing a morning meditation practice. Meditation is the single most powerful tool to reconnect you faster in the physical with your twin, because what you are doing when you meditate is returning home to yourself. You are taking your attention away from the external world, which, as we've spoken on through this video, can very often be confusing and in conflict with what your soul knows, with what your intuition knows. You are shifting your focus from the external, returning it internally to yourself, placing all of that positive focus, healing light, healing energy inward on yourself. And because your twin perfectly reflects your energy field, your wounds and your healing and your shifting, when you heal within, when you shift within, your twin, regardless of where they are on the planet, regardless of how often you communicate, or even if you don't speak at all, they will feel those energetic shifts within you. And as a result, they will shift within themselves. And as we know, as within, so without. When you shift that energy within yourself and as a result, your twin shifts, the energy between you shifts, that will automatically translate into physical, manifested, evident changes between you and your twin in your physical 3D connection. Now, subliminals are particularly powerful as a sound therapy meditation tool because they harness the power of the subconscious mind. Do not underestimate your subconscious, because your subconscious is where all of your inner child wounds are stored that then create your unconscious patterns of action and reaction within relationships and in your life. It's where your so-called shadow self is stored, the unconscious self. It actually controls 95% of all of our thoughts. And as we know, what we exude outward into the universe is a direct result to our thoughts, including that 95% of our unconscious thoughts. And subliminals are powerful for reprogramming the subconscious because, unlike traditional spoken affirmations, the affirmations in subliminals are designed to be incomprehensible to the conscious mind, which means the conscious mind cannot reject these affirmations, and they can pass freely into the deeper layers of the subconscious and our energy field. So by listening to subliminals, you are essentially reprogramming your subconscious mind, becoming magnetic for anything you want to change, shift, or manifest in your life. So as you can see on the screen, I've created over 100 subliminals for all areas of life on my website, soundandsoulful.com. I have subliminals to manifest specific material things like money, business success, physical appearance changes, for love and relationships and manifesting what you desire within these relationships, for mood shifts like confidence and happiness, and for twin flames specifically, I have an entire section of subliminals dedicated solely and exclusively to the twin flame connection. Specifically, I would most highly recommend my 7-chakra twin flame clearing subliminal. This is the most comprehensive energy clearing subliminal I've created for twin flames. It addresses all blockages energetically stored within us that prevent full manifested harmonious twin flame reunion that we store within each of the 7 chakras in the energy body. So the link to this 7-chakra twin flame clearing is linked in the pinned comment and description box under this video. You can try out this subliminal or any of the more than 100 I've created completely free for 7 days by creating a free trial account on my website, soundandsoulful.com. And again, all of that information is below. Thank you so much to each and every one of you who have joined me here today in this podcast. I hope you all are having a beautiful week so far. Be sure to leave me a comment. Let me know if any of these thoughts connected personally to your twin flame journey. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. Be sure to subscribe so you get updated whenever I post new content. I post new twin flame readings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so be sure to stop back tomorrow for Wednesday's twin flame reading. Have a beautiful rest of your week, and I will talk to you again in the next podcast.